Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Jackie, Fred,
Good morning.
did you guys get to read your stuff in the book?
Got to read a little bit of it, yeah.
What did you think?
Jury's still out.
Jury's still out?
Definitely jury's still out. I'm still into the OCD chapter right now.
I see.
No, it's great. I'm just my jury's out on how pissed off to be or how much to laugh.
Yeah, I want to read Jackie's and I want to compare it with Robin's.
Yeah, I want to read Fred's and compare it.
Yeah, right.
I feel like Rabin the day after the assassination.
You were definitely good cop, bad cop. He's
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Well, I
He
told all
sucks.
your,
He sucks. He's a nice
with you.
guy.
I told all your bad stories, and then I told how great you were.
I thought you were very nice to Jackie.
Well, you
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Judith Regan, my editor, thought I was too nice to everybody, and especially
I thought
Robin.
you were horrible to me.
Oh, you can't be serious. You can't be serious.
serious.
I was, like,
I was told I
whoa.
wrote a love letter to you.
I know that face.
Well, I'd hate to see when people you don't like.
Oh, really? You didn't like it? Oh, so you did read
A
my
bunch of
book?
people told
I
me they
only
thought
read
you were
that
too
part.
easy.
I
Oh.
read about me, Jackie, and Fred.
I see. And you thought I was nice to Jackie?
I felt sorry for me and Fred.
Really? And you thought Fred was
Thank
bad?
you.
Fred,
I
you thought you
felt
were bad?
sorry.
I
for
thought
me
I
and
was.
Fred.
I'm humiliated.
Oh, really?
Fred and I will go cry in the
Because I had a
corner.
gay relationship with you?
No, that's obviously.
That was the one lovely thing you
That's the
said.
one nice part about it. At least
It
there was
all a
love.
lie.
I didn't write you were super talented and my friend?
I didn't.
It
read
was
that.
sort of lost and everything else. I agree with you, Fred.
Yeah, but I don't agree with
It
yours.
wasn't real clear.
In fact, a guy from New York Magazine interviewed me yesterday, and he said, so why were you so easy on Robin? Why do you... What? I said, well, I feel that way about Robin. I really, she's my partner on the air, and I feel really good about her. Fred, you didn't think I was rough on Robin, did you?
I haven't read the entire thing, but there have been parts that I saw that were a little bit.
I said, well, why I don't feel badly about Robin? Why would I write badly of her?
Well, it was more that you didn't write the truth.
What? Oh, really? What is the truth? What do you mean? I don't even
looking.
Keep looking. I'm trying to find the truth. I'm guessing.
Keep looking.
Is that right? What did you think I got wrong?
Well, there was one thing, like you were talking about first of all, you never faked any illnesses to get away from me.
Oh, I did.
Don't even lie.
No, that's true.
What illness did you fake?
True. I used to come in and say I was sick. When we were at NBC, I even told you that in your interview with me. You didn't put it in.
You lie.
I used to always fake stuff to get
right,
by you.
Sure. Like what?
You know when Robin was real mentally ill? Like
I suppose you didn't
The old
hurt
days.
your leg the day we were
No,
fired.
not that far.
You-
No, that was real.
And you didn't have a hole in your butt.
No,
and you
I had
didn't
all
have
that.
constant throat problems. It was all my fault.
No, whenever you would get really weird, I would just go up to you and I would say,
Sure.
I figured out a way to handle you. No, I don't think this is a bad thing to say.
Yeah.
I said, whenever you would get really weird, in fact, my wife knows this, I'd say, you know what, I'm going to go in and just tell Robin I'm sick. And then she'll mellow out. And sure
Right,
enough, it would work.
Sure.
Okay. Ask her.
right.
Ask Allison. I know how to play you.
Fine. Fine.
You think that's
That's
insulting?
not true.
Okay.
That's not true.
Well, you can't argue with me that it's true. I know it is true.
I know it's not true.
Oh.
You were sick almost every other day because you were sick.
No, I was sick many times, but many times I would fake it.
Many times. Howard, you were an ill man.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Ill.
But that's not a bad thing about you. That's saying something about me. But go ahead.
But that's a lie, and
Yeah.
it makes me look bad because you had to feign illness because I was so out of my mind.
You were out of your mind. And anyway, I got through
out of
it.
my mind with you.
Anyway,
Right,
I got
right,
through it
sure.
is my business.
Sure. That's one thing.
Go ahead next.
The next thing is, let me think.
That's a silly thing.
There were two, you combined two conversations into one argument that happened years apart.
Which one was that?
The one where you say something about the argument at K-Rock. You took
I
a
don't know.
conversation that you had with me years before I went into therapy, and you combined it with that.
I'm not sure. Do you know what she's talking about?
I wish I had read
I haven't
this.
read the chapter.
Well, you should go read my book. Thank you.
We can follow along.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean.
You talk about this argument where we wound up crying.
Yeah, you talked about it in
that
your
was-
book.
But you have two different conversations there. You're saying things that you said to me years ago before I went, and then you say that Jackie is the reason I don't argue with you anymore.
Yeah, that's my theory.
Which is totally ridiculous because Jackie didn't work with us.
That's one of my theories. No, not the reason you don't argue with me. I think he cheers you up a lot. I don't say that he I think he's one of the factors that helps you
Jackie,
lighten up.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, fine.
Well, that's a bad thing to say. That I think that you and
That's
Jackie are good for
stupid.
each other.
Jackie doesn't do anything for me.
You're wrong. I see it.
I know. You said that in the book. She won't say, but I
See?
know
I
me.
know you.
I know me. You don't. I'm
I told
sitting
you
there
you
looking at
disagree.
this, and finally, you base all your premises on that talk about the birthday gift.
Yes.
That was a made-up conversation.
What do you mean?
Because I decided to create that to see if something could happen.
So what do you want from me?
And so it is based on no truth at all.
Okay. Well, it's happened to me. I had a conversation with you.
Yes, but I was checking to see if I could really have a conversation with you about something for real, and I decided to use that to see how far we could go with our relationship, and obviously there wasn't anywhere we could go with it, so I had to bail out of that, and it became a big fiasco. It became a big mess, but it was not a real conversation.
Oh. I didn't know that wasn't real.
You're in this yourself.
I know. And
Right.
well, all of the things you've said, I don't think are bad things.
I'd get
I
sick
didn't
right
say
now
you
if I were
didn't.
you.
Think,
Right.
You don't think. You never think anything's a bad thing. I
No.
know from writing a book that most people will never like what you write about them, and you're in that same boat.
Exactly. I didn't like what you wrote about me, so we're even. It's okay.
Time to get another hole in your butt.
And Fred, I don't care if you don't like what I wrote about you.
I know that. Never did, never will.
I didn't know who to feel worse for, me or Fred.
You can feel worse for Fred.
Yeah.
I did feel awfully. I said,
And you
wow,
thought what he
that's
said about me
pretty
was
sad.
totally complimentary?
Yes, because it was true.
That was accurate.
Yeah,
The one person you got right.
That's right.
that's right. Holy Jesus.
Well, Fred, whatever I said, you deserved.
Okay. You say so.
I actually wrote. I
I'll
thought I
give
wrote.
you a hug
say
later
so.
on.
Many
We'll
people
hug
told me
each
they
other.
thought that yours was very nice.
Howard, whatever I did to you
Yeah.
in the entire time I've known you,
You
to
can't
get you
be
this
serious.
angry at me and to get
Wrong.
me
Well,
that
the two of
venomous,
us.
I apologize.
He
I have to
dislikes
read Fred's
us
now.
greatly.
I don't know what the
This
hell I
guy,
did to you.
he would take a bullet for you. So if you,
And that's what I wrote.
If you
I don't
gave
know
him
what the hell
crap,
I did
I
to
said
you.
Fred and I are a relationship like I'm his dog, he's my dog. How much more can you say?
That
I said
No,
said
you're his man. He's your dog.
no.
Yeah.
I said like
What you said.
yeah.
well, you are my dog.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? You're loyal to me. That's what I
Book
said.
should be called Pure Evil.
Yeah, how to piss off your friends is what the book should be called.
you know, after I read what
But
you
I
wrote
kinda
about me,
could've predicted
I didn't
this.
read theirs because I was so sure you had written such nice stuff about the two of them that it would make me crazier. Now I'm not.
now you're
Now I got a
now
headache. They're trying
What
to
made
decide.
us crazy was he wrote
Jackie,
nice stuff
after you
about
read mine,
you.
now
So
you're
much
now
better
you're my
about
best
yourself.
friend.
Now I have a headache trying to decide which one of those I got to run out and read when we're on break. Jesus Christ.
A portion
You know, everybody who I wrote about complained that I was too nice to everybody else and that I wasn't nice to them. Gary said I was most vicious to him.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I couldn't read Gary's.
Gary,
It
because
was so bad.
Because Gary put his pictures, he placed his own pictures, and I said to Gary, did you read what I wrote? And he said, yeah, I thought it was funny.
You have a weird,
Yeah.
you're sort of a weird move.
Yeah.
You gave me an earlier version of it.
Yes.
So you know the part where there's a part towards the end of it where you hammer me for like 12 pages, and then
Yes.
you say all this nice stuff about me.
Yes.
And I was like, it was like a whole paragraph.
Yeah.
And I read it to my wife, and she
Well,
goes, "What?"
because that's more or less your on-air persona, but then I told that you are a
Right,
a
but
good
I-
friend and a hardworking producer.
Right, but you wrote like a whole paragraph. I mean, I
Right.
probably still have it at home.
Yeah.
And then when the book came out,
They cut it out.
One sentence.
I know. Well, that's my editor.
How-
She said I was too nice to you.
Gary's for
She cut out my.
Well, that's what happens. The one nice, the nice stuff he says is like so minute, and then all this other stuff is blown up.
Howard, this
It's like you wave goodbye with a smile.
Right,
It's
yeah,
like
you
dropped
like
the Hiroshima
kicking
bomb.
you and then rubbing it.
Yeah, Howard, there's like probably 18 pages in the book devoted to me with a picture on every page, none of them flattering.
That's
Except
right.
for the one of me and my family.
Right.
And then all it was a paragraph, and she cut it down to a sentence.
Yeah. Well, she ran out of room.
She's a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's real nice.
Well, that's it. It's in print.
Yeah, I was like, thank goodness you didn't show it to us before.
That's right. Why would I show it to you? Who wants to get hassled? Listen, I knew this was going to happen. And Robin, you knew this was going to happen.
Oh, I
The-
know something now.
Yeah. Be quiet. I'm not even going to listen to you. That was the most ridiculous appraisal of what I wrote about you.
You
long
lied.
Yeah.
You lied. You
Yeah.
lied.
Well, if I lied, I did it for you.
Fred and I will
You
comfort each
you
other
stay out of this.
in the
You
break.
have nothing to complain about.
Oh,
Please.
you are disgusting.
Excuse me.
You stomped
Now-
on his face.
You stomped on my face
Didn't
jogging.
know that.
Well,
Well, you didn't know that
Wasn't
either.
even around him
I
then.
think
And you didn't know that I was feigning illness.
Yes, right, sure.
Keep dreaming.
I think it's kind
Oh,
of.
you're the only one who is
Didn't
telling the
feign
truth.
it. I wish you could have feigned some illnesses. You were so sick. I saved your life. Why don't you say that?
How did you save my life?
Who was the one who told you you have to get off antibiotics?
My doctor. And my mother.
I said it to you first. Yeah, I know. You never remember because
Write a
you
fairy
were
tale.
feigning illnesses while I told you right in Washington, D.C.
Oh, boy.
I think you kind of talk about her mental illness in the past.
I know.
You know, that's Jackie cheering me up. Yes, he really helps me and takes the fuse out of everything.
How do you
just
sit
like
with the
you
stick
said.
in there? Relax.
I
Just
see
like
the
you
two.
said.
I see the two of you
Wow.
in. No, Robert's entitled to her opinion.
No, I'm just surprised that I didn't think that it was going to create this much
Oh, I knew it would.
dissension among this whole group.
I knew it would. I know everyone on the
That's
show.
what he loves to do.
Everyone's mad at you now.
I love this. Who cares? I got to sell books. Never mind mad. Got my own pressures. Woof, woof, Fred.
Should I roll over now?
Really?
Excuse me, I'm licking my ass.
I'm his dog, you're my dog. That's not what you wrote. Don't change it now.
Either that or it was bad editing.
Come on, help me out with Fred. What is it?
I'd just like to thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, I was real kind to you. Thank you. Ralph.
You were.
Of course. So I said you're stupid.
Oh.
So I said that you're good at just hanging out in a room for hours looking at a wall.
I'm a little dopey sometimes.
That's all.
Would it be unfair to tell Jackie that actually, his section went through some rewrites and it's much kinder?
Oh, absolutely.
Much
I rewrote.
kinder than
No,
it was.
I rewrote lots of different things. I rewrote lots of different things.
Jackie-
I like to craft everything perfectly. I'm the master author.
I don't know how you turned Jackie into a genius, but you did.
Yeah, give him some credit. You know how abused he feels.
Turned me into a genius.
Yeah.
They did say you were a genius a lot.
Yeah, I tried, man.
He sprinkled it in.
Try to make
Oh,
you
he
feel
didn't
good.
even see
better
that. You
read it
see,
again.
you went bent over backwards trying to kiss
Of
his
course not.
butt, and he can't even see it.
I said to Gary when I wrote this thing, I said, "Oh, Jackie will just see the negative. You could say Jackie is a genius. I even said Fred was a genius.
Same page, you said, I'm downtrodden and I'm so
Right.
sad. And in the next paragraph, it's like, well, Jackie doesn't have a worry in the world. He doesn't care about anything.
Right. I feel. You know what? I have many different feelings about you. I happen to like you a lot, but you don't
All
reciprocate.
I know is
Yeah.
that any pitiful compliment you eked out from me or Fred got lost
Oh, be
in the
quiet.
sea of complaints.
Talk about yourself. You don't have to be Fred's defender.
I felt this for him. I
Yeah.
said, Jesus, I mean, as bad as it is for me, good Lord, look what he did to
As
Fred.
bad as it is for me.
Still in love with Fred, isn't she?
Yeah.
Good Lord, look what
Well,
he did
I
to
love
Fred.
Robin, and I'm sure her chapter is just
Thanks,
as bad.
Robin. Thank you.
But that's weird. Did you
Yeah.
did you laugh at all those pictures of me?
No, I
didn't?
didn't.
Feels bad for you the
because I
most.
was
Do you?
I'm telling you, by the time I got to you, I was beaten up so much by the text, I couldn't even read your part.
Robin's eyes were puffy.
She'll get over it. She's strong now. All right, everyone. We're going to take a break.
Yeah, you should have just made stuff up like her.
Yeah. You're not kidding.
Sure, sure.
I could have challenged about everything in that book.
Fine. I don't
didn't.
care.
No,
the
I don't.
point is,
You're too sensitive.
you could challenge it with your lies.
Yes. People know who tells the truth.
Oh, yeah, right. I would like to talk to those people.
I think they're in this building.
Yeah.
Do you? All right, Jackie, all of a sudden you're going to agree that Howard tells the truth about something?
Well, he wrote a good
I just
chapter
said
about
that
me.
people that tell the truth aren't in this building.
No, Jackie doesn't think I wrote a good chapter about him, Fred. He's like, you see, I think I wrote a nice thing about
I said
everyone.
that I would like to read the other guy's chapter so I can compare. That's
He's
all.
got to have
should.
some
I say
kind
should.
of thing to compare it to.
Gee, Jackie.
I went right to
Gee, I thought Jackie was going to come in and thank me. I thought Robin would thank me and Fred would thank me.
I
Yeah.
went right to Jackie because I thought you were going to be rough on him, and I thought you were pretty nice.
Yeah, I should have been rougher on him.
you
You're right.
said some nice things.
Of course.
But
he's a dick, and he doesn't realize-
See that. He's gonna-
He's got to have, in other words, he's got to have his ass lathered.
But wait a
And you
minute.
got a huge
It
picture of
wasn't
Nancy
that he
in there.
didn't
Yeah.
say.
It says F Jackie in at
Yeah,
least a dozen
so,
places.
yeah.
The
So,
point is,
yeah.
he goes back to compliment again and again and again. He might have thrown it. Oh, Fred's all right. After
that
saying,
was basically the
I'm going to keep him because God knows, he did pull my records.
Thanks.
Gee.
And he is man's best friend.
Ooh.
Real nice. I feel real good this morning.
I gotta read it.
Are you okay?
Yes.
All right, well, let's take a break. And
just giving
let's
dirty
take a
looks, so I
break.
couldn't
No,
see
no dirty look. Not meant to anybody. We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these
You
words.
put it in print.
Whatever. We'll be back right after these words. So, what was I going to tell you? There was something really weird that happened. I don't remember because all this book stuff's got me nuts. But so yesterday I'm home. So here's the deal on the book. It broke a record.
I would hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the fastest selling book in one day in the history of publishing.
I thought, I was thinking about that yesterday. Whoa.
Well, and that beats. Who was the previous record holder? There's a piece of trivia for you. You should be able to get this.
Was it recent?
Yeah, fairly recent, within the last 3 years, I'd say.
It was you.
No, it wasn't
No.
me. No, I was the fastest selling book in history. Not the first day, though.
The Oprah cookbook.
Nope, not the Oprah cookbook.
What could it have been? I'm trying to think.
I think it was Jackie's ass put me over the top. Hey, I knew it was me. Genius.
My ass sells books.
Well, Jackie gets credit for everything. You know how tough it is for Jackie.
It is tough for Jackie. You know how tough it is for Jackie,
For
too.
once he understood someone, and
I
it had
tried.
to be Jackie.
Nobody else has the problems Jackie has. Jackie's the most mentally ill on the show, and he can think it's you, but it's not. It's Jackie.
Well, Fred is the most normal. That's one nice thing you did say about
Oh, thank you. Oh, gee, Fred. Thank you.
but it's all the other stuff.
Well, you got to take the good with the
I
bad.
don't know if being the most normal in this pack is the highest of compliments.
Listen, Fred, you got to take the good with the bad. Robin, you got to take the good with the bad. And Jackie, you got to take the good
I
with the
wish I
bad.
could have found some good.
Very little.
Oh, stop it.
99% bad.
Let's see if we can find some good. Give me a copy of my book. Does anybody have a copy of my book? Or have they all been burned?
I think I burned mine.
That's right. Okay. Well, whatever I said in the book,
You meant.
I
I'm
meant.
sure.
I meant. I did mean it. Here's a copy of my book. Let's see. Let's see if we can find anything good on First Robin. And then we'll work our way down.
I'm your best friend. I hate to hear how you talk about it.
So now you're remembering some good things.
No, but the things you say about me, I'm just a pain. You had to feign illness.
You were a pain. I told you you're a pain.
Right.
You're not a pain anymore, although today you are.
I know. I said, you know what? I might as well go in there and just keep my mouth shut because anything I say.
I
is a
love
pain.
Robin. There's absolutely no better partner, friend in the world. It's a mind meld. We don't need to look at each other or plan. It just happens.
I can't because I'll have to.
Just
feign
excuse me. Excuse me, honey. Honey. You're getting under my skin, okay?
illness. See? That's exactly what he writes in the book.
You're getting
I
under
love
my
her,
skin.
but she gets under my skin.
Baby.
Baby. Let's see. Let's see if we can find anything else nice. Maybe there's just nothing else in here. Oh, gee. Let's see.
Well, you're looking, aren't you?
Oh, I'm really straining.
Well, where is it?
What you
Oh,
just read was
I-
so nice, though.
Of
But
course
you don't
it's
see
nice.
what's around it. He takes it out of context.
Robin
That
is.
was all he
Let's
said.
see if we can
Everything
find
was
something
fine.
else. Robin is one of my closest friends and one of the few people in the entire universe who understands me. Remarkably, there's never been anyone in my entire life more supportive of me or more loyal to the
Yes,
show.
and I can't understand how
If
I
anyone
was so
tries-
horrible since
if
I
anyone-
was doing that.
Be quiet. If anyone tries to attack me, Robin reacts like a rabid dog.
Oh, not anymore.
She hops on them and bites their effing ear off. When I've been depressed, she magically lifted me out of it. Who's talking like a loved one now? Who's talking like a loved one now? God, maybe I'm the one who's in love with her. Maybe I do have emotions. Yes.
Right, yeah, but what about, she made me so crazy, she was a pain in my ass.
You
I had to
were.
feign illness.
Yeah, you were mental. I had to put up with you.
Right.
And I'm a damn good guy for it.
Sure.
You're damn
All I
right.
had to ever do, I had to fight for her, and then she
Yeah.
all over me.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Right.
That's what you wrote about in your book.
Okay.
Go read your own book.
All right.
I'm repeating her history, and she's
You are writing about
right, Jackie.
You. All I
Right,
know
my-
is
my
that
buddy?
I wind up.
From what you've read so far, I don't understand.
A
Yeah, of
what's
bitch
course not.
on wheels. That thank God.
Robin makes me feel funny. A lot of people don't like Robin's laugh, but I know it's truly genuine. If you heard Robin in a room alone with me, she'd laugh just as much. Her laugh is a great tonic for me. Sometimes she laughs at things I don't realize are funny, and that keeps me going on a topic. If she doesn't laugh, I might lose confidence.
That's
and
nice.
go on to something. Oh, yeah, a
All I
lot
do
of it.
is laugh.
Just be quiet.
Wait,
you sound
don't
absurd.
tell me that I couldn't read
That's
my
what I
chapter
do.
and find something nice in it.
That's what
that
I
was
do.
totally nice what it
Yeah,
just said.
right. Well, you're not insulted by that.
But
I
that
am.
didn't say all you can do is laugh. He just said he enjoyed
this
you.
is one-
That's how he describes what I do.
Oh, just shut up, Robin. You sound ridiculous.
Right.
I know. I always sound
You sound
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
That's exactly what you say in the chapter.
I devoted a paragraph to Robin's laugh.
But that's the paragraph on what I do.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Good.
Yeah.
Fine. You know what? It really doesn't bother me because
Robin
you know,
contributes
quite
to the show.
frankly-
Listen to the.
quite
This is
frankly,
how
if I
idiotic
wasn't
this sounds.
cured, I wouldn't be having this conversation.
Robin's
with you.
contribution to the show in ways. Robin contributes to the show in ways people can't see. She's an integral part of our brainstorming sessions. And when we have a guest on, Robin, who has a feed that goes right into my headphones, might surreptitiously whisper, "Why don't you ask them if they ever after donkey?" But there's a reason that Robin sits in a separate studio. Robin represents the audience to me, so I want her response to be fresh, and I want it, I want it on the air. She's the only person who's
allowed
to talk freely on the show.
Right. Okay. Thank you
Jackie
for
or
allowing
Fred?
me.
Yeah. That's right.
Massa Howard.
That's right.
That's not how the show came to be. You allowed me to do it.
Of course.
I wouldn't be working here.
They
if
wanted you to
this
be a
wasn't
newswoman.
The premise of what I do. All right?
Okay. I didn't allow it.
No, you didn't allow it.
I see.
It was created. It was what happened as we came together. But
But
now
I
you
can't find the
allow
good
me
in
to
my
speak.
chapter.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm glad to be allowed to do something.
You're right. It's a horrible thing I wrote
It
about
is.
you. Well, you'll just
I
have to get
really
over it.
take offense.
You'll have to get over it.
I know I'll have to get
That's
over
it. You'll have to live with it.
because you're going to allow me to.
Yes. No, I'm not allowing you. I'm commanding you to.
Well, that's what you did yesterday.
That's
you
right.
commanded me to do my job the way you wanted me to do it.
That's right.
So now you're really taking over and cracking the whip. You're allowing me to do this.
Let's move on to
and
Fred since I was so mean to Robin.
You're going to command me to get over it.
I then say Robin is cured. And I say the new Robin is a lot of fun and the greatest and most generous radio partner in the world. It's a horrible thing.
Another slam.
Fred Norris. To hell with all of you. I am not going to defend my work. My work is my work, and you can say or think whatever you want. And Fred, you can think whatever you want.
I put away your records and I'm
That's right. And you can write. And you know something? I love you for it.
There you go.
That's all.
I always thought I was more than that, but
No, that's what you are. That's all I wrote about you.
I know. That and all my quirks.
Well, the quirks I can't hide, Fred.
The quirks,
The
yeah.
quirks are there, and I've announced them on the air for years.
But I think they have been
You're as
exaggerated.
quirky as they go.
Not nearly
What
as-
was exaggerated?
Not
Name one
nearly-
quirk that I exaggerated.
Not nearly as quirky as yourself.
Robin did a very good job of telling me what she didn't like. Tell me what you felt I exaggerated in your quirks.
You want to know something?
Get the book.
I was so shocked.
Yes.
It was numbing to me.
Oh, was that
really-
right? It was numbing to you?
Numbing to me.
Well,
And
Jay.
I know you're making fun of that, and that's fine.
Well, tell me.
I understand what he's saying. I know exactly
It
how
was
he
numbing to
feels.
me.
What is the quirk
it was-
that? What is the quirk?
It was-
What is the quirk that you object to that you think I'm exaggerating?
What do I think that you
Yes. What was I exaggerating?
It's not so
Excuse
much
me, Robin. I'm not
words.
talking to you.
No, he's
All
not
right,
talking.
you're not
He,
talking.
when I was addressing you, he
I'm
didn't
not
he didn't
being
talk
allowed
about
to
you.
speak.
But I will say-
No,
I'm not
now
being
you are
allowed to
now your microphone is not being allowed to be used.
So you can talk about
I'm talking to
the quirks
Fred.
all you want, but I'll tell you one
I'm
thing.
allowing you to have free
Okay.
reign right now.
Okay, I'll tell you the thing that really bothered me the
Yes.
most. I think that my contributions to the program were
Again.
really, really minimalized.
Oh,
really do.
really?
I do.
Oh, you do.
Okay, it's like you're
You
getting,
think
you're getting defensive and you're
did I
getting
write
angry.
about how great the voices are that you do? Did I
not
write you were a
really.
great writer?
Not really.
Oh, not really.
Not really,
Oh,
no.
I see. Well, let's
So you
see.
get- so you get angry.
Okay, so now that was minimal. Now tell me about the quirks that you don't like.
Okay.
I see. I wrote that Fred is a guy who does incredible voices. When I met him, he did incredible
Yeah, but it
impersonations.
didn't come off that way. It
Well,
really
to
didn't.
you it
really
didn't.
didn't sound
Excuse
that
me,
way.
Robin. I didn't ask your opinion.
I
Didn't
agree
sound
I
that
didn't
way.
ask your opinion. No, this is not a book
Fred.
review section.
This is the book notes
Right.
section.
This is.
You know what it is? It's like you're asking, but
This
you
is
know-
not review.
Table
You,
discussion.
I asked for your review of you, and it's not a round table
I
discussion.
also take offense to the
I'm
fact-
never writing another
I
book.
also take offense that you call me a homophobe, which I am not.
Where do I call you that?
You
And
call
your
me
little
the world's
dream
biggest homophobe
sequence.
who's petting the gayest guy alive.
That's right.
I'm not a homophobe.
You are homophobic.
I don't.
The day that I was in the room with you and I was walking around in my underpants, you couldn't
wanna
even
know
handle
something?
it.
I'm modest, but I'm not homophobic. There's a difference.
I feel you're homophobic.
Well, see, that's something that you should either talk
And
to
you
me
are
about.
very uptight.
No,
I'm
not true.
telling you you're homophobic.
I'm
Accept it.
uptight. I'm uptight, but I'm not
My
homophobic.
opinion.
See,
You are homophobic.
Okay. See, that's something that
You are so uptight about
Okay.
gays, and if a gay man... Oh, please.
No.
Oh.
No.
All right, so you're not homophobic. Go ahead. All right.
Read more.
Read more. What else? What else did I exaggerate?
I feel like we're the black Israelites.
Read the book. As that guy said on Entertainment Tonight, or whatever it was last night, he said, Old Testament, he held the private parts, New Testament.
Okay. There you go.
Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, Fred needs help with eating.
Gee, I've never said that before.
No.
Robin,
No.
excuse me, I will allow you
No.
to talk now.
No.
Have you? Robin pointed all this out to
All
me.
I have
Hold
to
on.
say
If
is
you want to
the
manipulate
quirks
the situation,
were real.
Do you talk with a pouch?
Okay.
Do I catch you with a pouch every day on this show?
Well, it's because it's
Oh, that's because what? Does Robin watch you slurp yogurt?
well, you eat too. Do you
Of
eat like a
course I
slob?
do.
Do I pick
talk
rice out
about
of
it?
every core in
Do
the
I talk
board?
about the food in my hair when Gorilla
Yeah,
orders
but
me
nobody
potatoes?
sits here and humiliates you over that, do they?
I humiliate myself. I don't need anybody to do it.
Yeah, it's much different.
Oh, I see.
It's much different when you
All right.
self-deprecate.
So I'm wrong. So you're saying that I
Fred
exaggerate
needed
your
help
eating
opening
habit?
a checking account in Washington,
You
D.C.
didn't?
I had a checking account.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
and
I
who
did.
helped you get that checking
I
account?
got
Who
my own
brought you
check-
to the bank,
No,
and
no.
who brought you to get your apartment?
I got my own checking account.
Please. Oh, please, Robin.
Please.
Robin, do we have a rube on our hands or what?
The quirks were true.
Thank you.
That was true.
Thank
Okay.
you.
But I'll tell you, one thing. I will say
What
one
are we
thing.
arguing about here?
No.
No, but it's great.
I can't say, Fred, in that
No, but you wanna
entire
know
list,
something?
there's
What
not
I
one
really
thing that didn't
resent-
happen.
I mean,
No,
come
no,
on.
okay.
Robin is saying
let's
in
skip
her
the- okay,
defense
let's
that
skip the
I'm a
quirks
liar
then.
when it comes to her, but I cannot possibly be lying when it
You wanna
comes to
know
you.
something?
You couldn't have
You
made
can
that
skip
stuff
the
up.
quirks thing. I will,
All right.
but I will say.
all
one
right. So you
thing.
admit that you are wrong about the quirks.
No, I won't.
You
I
will
say
not.
you exaggerated them. I will.
I didn't. I thought I was.
Okay.
He didn't put them all
Whatever
in.
you want
Did
to
you
say
not
about
stay in
that-
my apartment and
Whatever
eat
you want to
hot
say
dogs?
about that, whatever you want to say about that is
Did
fine.
you not
All
use
right.
standing
Okay,
up?
go ahead.
But I will say
All
one
right.
thing.
Go ahead. Yes,
It's like
go ahead.
I was really hurt by the fact that you just did not give me the kind of credit.
Oh, we're
that I
back
thought-
to that.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go back and take a look at the credit, and let's see if
You
we
want to
got
know
any
something?
credit.
You can read that all you want, man. but
Well,
it was-
let's
it was
see.
so
It's
Hold
the
on.
totality, Howard.
It was
I
so
agree.
minimal.
Robin,
Please.
once again, I got to tell you,
Quiet.
no one asked your opinion on Fred. I mean, look, I'm in the battle of my life.
You know
I don't
I'm
need
right,
Fred
you know-
going after
you
me.
know I'm right. You know she's right.
Yeah, right. Oh, she's absolutely right. I would never argue with Robin, but you, I'm going to argue with,
Yeah, me, I'm going to argue with because you think you can beat me down with that.
of course. Well, so far I'm doing pretty good. I got you to admit that your quirks are all true.
They're not. I did not admit that.
All right, but you won't argue with me.
I won't
Here
argue
are the
about it
following quirks
because-
from the book. Fred needed help opening a checkout. Fred eats with a pouch.
But you know what? The other thing, man.
Fred needs help
No,
leaving a room.
Hold on.
Come on.
Hold on. You call me a psycho. You call me a psycho. You call me a
Oh,
mental
come
patient.
on.
You know,
I mean, you
that
call me a
shovel
Martian.
statement always
It's like
set his
I'm a
hair on
dog.
end.
The
You know
shovel.
that.
Come on,
All right,
man.
now hold it.
But
now
he
let's
always
go
hated
back.
that statement.
Hold on.
You know, we're missing the whole general point that just the idea of writing a book that totally slams the people that share the foxhole with you every day is
That's
so
right.
over the top to begin
Of
with.
course,
that we should all be
of course.
Just at the fact that the book even exists.
Exactly.
Listen to him. He's so overjoyed with what you said about him.
I am not.
No,
There's
he's-
no way.
no,
I'm
he's ready-
dying. I'm
wait, he
dying
gets-
to read what he wrote.
He
read
gets to
about you
argue
guys.
next.
This
is great.
He's
is
never been on
nonsense.
your side.
All right, you ready?
Who's on his side? I'm saying we should all be pissed off that he wrote a book
Fred
slamming
is the first guy
That's on his side.
in radio. I talk about how out of all the people I met early on in my career when I was
let me ask-
nobody.
let me ask-
Excuse me, I'm going to paraphrase.
Is this
Fred
my time or is
came
it
up
your
to me,
time?
gave of himself, he gave himself selflessly, and said, I'm going to do some voices for you. He wasn't getting paid, wasn't doing anything. He hung out with me and did these brilliant voices. I developed that whole thing about how I meet Fred. If that isn't a compliment to your talents, Pally, then I don't know what is. And Robin, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Fred. Number one, you got your own agenda with Fred.
No, man. It's,
And,
I have an agenda with
the
Fred?
evidence.
Yeah, you left Fred out of your
The
book.
evidence pointed
Now,
out
at least I remembered I worked with him.
inadequacy.
Yeah. What did you say?
The
You
evidence,
did it safe. You left Fred out. I have him in.
No. You know what I talked about Fred? I talked about how Fred was a strong right arm, a
Yeah.
shoulder for me.
Well, that's what I wrote.
During the time that I was in my worst state.
Yeah, you wrote about his talents, too. Okay, here we go. All right. So listen, you want to start defending yourself to Fred.
Excuse me, I didn't denigrate his
All right.
talents.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't denigrate his talents either.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through it again.
You have-
So there I am sitting there, an unknown disc jockey, I write. I'm nobody to anybody. The one guy who was nice to me is Fred. He comes in and he did impressions that blew me away. That's his number one talent.
Only because I wouldn't talk to
Oh, so now you're going to paraphrase. You asked if
You're
I talked
taking
about
it
your
out of
talents.
context.
If you, that's not out of context. Read the book.
People aren't just going to read that sentence.
Please.
Read the book.
Read the book.
Oh, yeah,
read the book.
Read the book. This is really going to be good for me.
Read the book. Read the book.
The zeal usually...
Here I will
by
read
mass
from Fred.
murderers.
Here is how nasty I was to Fred. Fred would come in and tell me he thought I was really funny and that I was onto something fresh and new in radio. Remarkably, one morning, with some vigorous prodding on my part, shy and bashful Fred got on a phone extension in another room. Fred was the kind of guy who would say, "You don't really want me to get on the phone, do you?" I go, "Yeah, you're great. Go ahead, get on the phone." He got on and effortlessly did funny impressions of Nixon and Howard Cosell live on the air. He was one of the most talented people I ever met. From that day forward,
Interplanetary radio geek and serial killer lookalike.
yeah. Oh, you've never heard that before.
That's all I read, man.
Well, then you read what you want to read. I'll read what I want to read.
It's the mountain of stuff that you put against the thing that you would consider to be...
Fred, I got to look at the whole man.
The crumb compliment. You know what I mean?
Fred, I got to look at the whole
No,
man.
you're not looking at the whole man. You're distorting the whole man.
Well,
Why not concentrate on the positive?
why don't you underline?
Because
Yeah,
you wanna
let me.
it's
You know
all
what?
negative.
You know what
It
I'm
is
going to do,
all-
Fred, for you?
It is
This
mostly
is what I'm going to do
negative.
for you.
What are you going to do for me?
I'm going to give you a new copy of the book. Listen to me. I'm going to highlight all the parts that are good about you, and
I'll
I'm going to cut out.
And I'll
I'm gonna
highlight all the
Wait a
parts that are
minute, you
negative
know
about
what
me.
you
It'll
should
look like I
do?
urinated on your book.
You know what you
come
should do? You should do it like the
That's what it'll
O.J.
look like.
Jury newspaper.
Please.
Right.
Cut out all the bad parts
That's
and
all.
give Fred the good parts.
That's all. And you know what?
You know,
And
that's
see
it.
how much of a chapter
Your
there
defense
is.
is
How
like,
much
the
of a
glove don't
section
fit it,
there
don't mean you
is.
must have
First of all, and also,
See how
let's
much of a
debate
section there is.
what is really bad. The fact that Fred likes to eat hot dogs and doesn't swallow his
No,
food,
don't
it's not a
change-
bad thing.
don't
It's
change
just a
his-
personality
don't-
trait.
Yeah, don't change his
Well, I think what Fred is saying, talk about what I do, not what you don't like. Talk
Because
about my
everything
talents.
is about... Yeah,
Oh.
he's right.
Gee, I won't write about any of the other stuff we talk on the air every day.
I'm just saying, this is what
wait
he's
a
saying.
second. How did you get involved in? Are you Fred's
I was
lawyer?
trying to help you.
Are you Fred's lawyer? No, you don't help.
God, you should
Are
help me
you
all-
Fred's lawyer? Look at Jackie just sitting quiet.
See?
Are you Fred's
No,
lawyer?
Jackie's going to sit there and be quiet.
No, because I haven't read it, and I really wish I had, because
Jackie's in heaven. Just
I'm in heaven.
Nice it.
Yeah.
You,
Nice it to
you
say.
think people don't understand
Howard
you. You have
even
no idea. You
points
should
out-
step outside your
points out
apartment once
that
in a while.
you sit around trying to undermine everybody else on the staff, but you have no effect on me and Fred. Now this has all happened without your help.
That's right.
Undermining the staff.
You undermined again, even in the book. You bastard. You ruined my relationship with Robin and Fred.
There I go.
Well, how's that for a book, huh? Did I deliver the goods?
Hope you sell a lot of them.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, please. Please.
Fastest selling book in history. Ah, she laughs.
That's okay.
Ah,
at
he's
least,
a dog.
At least you have a human trait.
I love you, Freddie. And I love you, Robin. And I love
It doesn't
Jackie,
say-
I don't love.
Very
It doesn't
hard to
say
tell.
that in the
You know
book,
what?
man.
I said to myself
Oh.
after reading my section, I said, if he didn't say he loved me, I wouldn't know.
I'll be quiet.
There's
You are
no way
you are
to
such an
tell.
ingrate.
No way to tell.
Yeah. Fred might have a point. You don't.
All right.
I know I do.
You don't have any point,
My
Fred.
wife will never sleep with me again.
Yeah, well, believe me, she's not sleeping with you now, so why should she sleep with you? She's busy with Tony and Tina's wedding. And I should have written that in the book, how I got your wife a job. But I was too kind.
Now, you should have. That would have been fine.
That'll be in the paperback.
No, that would be in my book.
The Fred Norris book. I'd like to read that. I'd like to read that. I don't mind reading that.
Nah.
Years of friendship.
Yeah.
Down
all
the drain.
So what? Makes for good reading.
Hey, you know,
admit
well,
you
it
got-
was a sacrifice, but I guess you felt it was well
there you
worth
go.
it.
Of course I did.
was worth pulling
and
the
it's a fast
ripcord,
read.
wasn't it?
You know what, Fred? I'll make you this promise. If I ever write anything again, whether it's a column or a joke or anything, I'll leave you out of it. How's that? Okay? No one can please you, Fred.
You know what it is, man? You can't take the criticism. You criticize me.
Oh, I love the criticism. You can go on another hour. I'm selling books.
You know. Okay.
Who's not going to run out and buy it now?
Okay, fine.
Criticize all you
I'm
want.
glad for you.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad for you.
At least we should be able to say this.
Yeah. I'm allowing it.
We can't argue in front of everybody who's going to be reading it.
Right. Well, you had your rebuttal time. As if you deserved one.
Right, true.
Anyway, let me move
Well,
on.
thank you for allowing us this time.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. And stop your barking.
I drag my ass on the carpet.
Fred wants to hump your leg.
And in the last book I wrote about Fred, how remember when Robin, we brought Fred in to Washington and we went up 2 full points. Fred did the trick. It's all, I never got a thank you for that from Fred. No, he never got any credit. That's right. No credit at all.
You're not looking at the picture the way it's presented.
No credit at all.
So now you're trying to manipulate it.
And during the Jackie
this is what he
section,
does.
I wrote that. No, I'm not manipulating anything. I'm
You
just.
are.
I know.
It's like,
No, Fred.
Howard, you have to defend yourself. Say the truth.
That's right.
That you feel that you presented the entire picture.
No, I didn't
This
say
is-
that.
This is how you felt you could do this and tell people that Fred is a talented and integral part of the show.
No, here's what Fred wants in the book. You ready? Fred Norris is so incredible.
You don't know what I want in a book, man. You don't know. It's like
So
you're
why don't you do me a favor?
presenting-
I'm going to give you an assignment because you're such an energetic guy,
Oh, please.
and you're anxious to make yourself known.
Now the
Right.
truth comes out.
There you go.
You ask me.
Mr. Energy, why don't you go home tonight and write what you feel, and I will read it on the air. You write what you feel should be said about you.
Please.
How could he write what you
He
should have
can't
said
because
about
he's
him?
busy. He's busy doing other things. Certainly not writing bits for me.
That's what you wrote in the book.
That's right.
Some questions for you
I
later
give
if
you.
you want to look at that,
Thank you.
all right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Please. Scumbag.
Ooh.
That was really
See, now it's reduced. The
Oh, that-
name calling. He has never called you a name in the
Wow.
entire history of the show.
Oh, I've been very bad to Fred.
That hurt.
I'm a bad guy.
No, because you
I'm a
wanna know
bad guy, Fred.
Howard.
That's right. I'm a bad guy.
You can.
boy.
You know what it is you're so defensive. And you want to push the buttons. That's
Oh,
fine.
that's all right. That's fine.
So-
You know what he does, Fred, though?
Oh,
He-
thank you, Robin.
he
Thank you,
punches,
Robin.
And then he feigns
Nah.
hurt
Exactly.
feelings
And then
to
exactly.
make you feel
Fire
bad
him up, Robin.
about...
Exactly.
Because you did the same thing to me.
Thanks, partner.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm such a great partner.
But Fred's lawyer. Fred can't. So what are you saying? Fred can't speak for himself. You're his lawyer.
Oh, dear. Here we
Marsha
go.
Clark is here.
Here we
There's
go.
Marsha Clark.
See? Now we're all fighting.
Marsha
we're all
Clark.
fighting.
I'm not
Aren't you
fighting.
Happy? We're
I'm
all
happy
fighting.
with what I've said.
And I know you're fighting with me.
Not
you're
fighting with
saying,
you.
Don't talk to Fred.
Marsha Clark.
Shut up. Be
I'm
quiet.
trying-
I'm talking to Fred now.
It's just that I'm talking to Fred, and you're not allowing us to talk. You keep monopolizing the conversation.
Well, you don't allow me to talk either. So.
Well, that's my prerogative, isn't it?
See?
See what? You're my lawyer.
Dropping that on the whole building.
That's right. Drop
Yeah,
it.
just sit over there and enjoy, Jackie.
Oh, shut up.
Jackie, undermining bastard.
Look at him. He's wanted this for years, to
Right.
see us all fighting with each other.
You really are a jerk. That was from my heart.
He
You
meant
know?
that.
Well, you cheered me up. Howard said you do that.
Yeah.
You just cheered me up.
I see the two of you back there, so coquettish. I see what goes on.
Just because I want to bang her. aside
You
from that, I
just
just can't.
cheered me up.
And I told you you wouldn't agree with my theory on Jackie.
I agree
Hey.
that you were right.
I don't think that's a nasty thing to say. You might disagree with it, but I don't think it's
I
nasty.
didn't say it was nasty.
Yeah.
It's just
my
not,
theory.
not true. Has no validity. It
You don't
means
think
nothing.
that Jackie adds a lightness to you?
No.
You don't at all. You don't feel
No.
Jackie has any effect on you.
What is my true opinion of Jackie? What do I say to you about Jackie?
That Jackie
behind
should be
closed
fired.
Doors? So how could he be lightening me up?
I don't know.
I mean, make sense.
Well, I wasn't going to write that you wanted Jackie fired. Why would I do that to
I
you?
was sitting there. I said, you know, the one conversation we have every year.
Imagine if I put in the
It's
book,
about Jackie.
Robin wants Jackie fired. Imagine I put that in the book.
Yeah, but
You
Robin
can't
wants
win.
Everybody fired.
She doesn't want you fired.
She did want me
Never.
fired once.
That's
not true.
NBC. I heard through the grapevine.
You are
Oh, you're
insane.
out of your
You know what?
mind.
You know what? Now you've cracked.
No, no, no,
Now,
you wanna
I'm
Now I've
on
lost
the
your
outside.
mind.
Howard,
You have lost.
Someone told me that.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
I was in a position to get anybody fired. What is he talking about?
She has
guy.
never in her life ever said to me, Fred should
I
be
don't know.
fired.
That's what someone
Only
told me
has said good
Oh,
things
this
about
is
it.
why you
whether or
hold
not-
this resentment toward me? Why
Robin,
would you
I
ever
don't
say it?
I don't resent you at all.
She might think you're lazy, but she doesn't think you should be fired.
I
at all.
never said that.
I'm under attack.
I don't resent Yeah, you're desperate, man. You're drowning.
Woohoo,
Well, you're
boy.
drowning.
You know what?
I'm
Now you're
fine.
attacking Robin.
now
I'm
I
not
want to
attacking
put
you.
on
I mean,
gloves
it's
and
true
let us
that-
all just go at
I mean,
it.
it's true that Robin didn't say anything about you in her book that was, anything about you at all, really. But
I did-
There's no reason to say that she wanted you fired.
I'm just
I even
bringing up
talked
a point
about
that
the
someone
time I
said.
once yelled at Fred, and I felt very bad about it.
You did feel bad? You told me you felt good about it.
You know what? That's it.
That's it.
Let's all get bats and go at
Go
it.
ahead, Gary.
You know, John and I are sitting out there. We're sort of surprised. Oh, by the way, Robin, you did try to have me fired once. That we know.
No.
That I-
Well, you
I
deserve
never
that.
tried to
wanted
have
me
you
fired.
When did you
fired.
try to have him
Mine.
fired?
Here we go again.
I'm not-
I
my
think
bad.
when we first got to
Everybody thinks
No,
you're
no, no.
having them fired.
I know.
The only
Well, I
guy
just-
Robin thinks should be gone from the show is Jackie.
No.
And I'm willing to
Let's
stand by
put
that.
I mean, who would I be talking to? I'd be talking to Howard.
Okay,
right?
I shouldn't say that you wanted to have me fired, but you did express to Howard that you felt I was doing a subpar job. When
I
we first
do
got
that
to-
a lot.
I know.
But she does that on the air.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Anything I said about Fred, I said on the air.
that's-
Why
the
did you
point- no,
want me fired? I'm intrigued.
Why?
'Cause I'm
It's
not-
not.
It was never that I wanted him fired.
She just doesn't feel you're a
back
team
up.
player. Am I right?
It's usually about contracts.
Right.
And I go, why are you bothering?
Yeah. You're right.
Because I asked for more money and stand up for myself.
No,
I
She's
did.
not what she's
it has
saying.
nothing to do with that.
It's the way you do it. But you don't see that because, Jackie, it's all right. Don't get into it because
I'm into it.
because
I'm deep into
because this is not the point of the conversation. The point is,
No,
what does Baba
it's
Booey
all the
say?
point.
No,
I don't know
Wait,
what
hold on. I'm
Baba
coming
Booey
back.
This is not an attack. Let's
Right.
listen. Let's clear the air.
It
Wait,
has
wait,
nothing to
hold
do
it.
with your talent, your skill, or anything.
Here's the bottom line.
The point I
Fred is in love with me, and it doesn't make a difference what he's saying on the air right now. He knows that that is positive. Deep down inside, he knows it.
Howard,
Because
I don't know
Fred
how you-
is
I don't-
my
I don't-
Fred has been my friend for a long time, and
have
Fred
been
and I
your-
have a
I
great
have-
working
I have been
relationship,
your
and I
friend.
write that in the book.
I have been your friend no matter how painful
Right.
it has been
no,
at times.
I'll mellow out. You think I care if you make a pouch in your food? It upsets Robin. That's why I'm
It
upset.
has nothing to do with
She
that.
feels it's
You know
unprofessional.
what? This
Nothing to
is
do with that,
exactly
you know.
why I had a problem. I get to be the bitch.
Yes.
I'm the bitch.
Please, and continue to be it, because I'll be in big trouble. I have to sit in the room with Fred. You're at least in another room. Yes.
The point that I was trying to make when I walked in,
Yes.
a little bit off.
Please.
John and I were talking.
Oh, now you're making points.
No, John and I were just saying.
Yeah.
Scary.
To Fred and to all you guys that are upset, Howard goose on us on the air every day, and he's done the pouch jokes about you, and he does the whole thing
But that's
about
not
you.
even the point.
No, but
And I'm
the point
always
is,
careful to say that
did
Fred's
you
a
ever-
talented guy.
Did you ever expect that what was going to be written in the book would be any?
Oh, I would
different?
ignore that.
No, did you think it would be?
Who can ignore a pouch of food in a grown man?
I guess what it is.
It's like a squirrel.
I'll tell you what it is. It's
Yeah.
like the fact that it's like.
So, Fred, you have
it
your
seems like
assignment.
95% of the material. Actually, make a correction.
Oh, your pouch.
9%
But that's what-
of the
It's a
material.
comedy
is all
book, Fred.
negative.
Lighten
But
up.
Freddie, Howard, I know it.
Yeah.
But Howard,
Fred
Jesus.
certainly
Maybe
wishes
one
he could have
chunk.
laughed.
Are you
One
insane? Did I just
kernel.
read you? You're one of the most talented guys I ever met. I would have met you 20 years ago. I'm writing about.
It is in the Bramble book.
Oh, bramble your ass.
But Freddie,
Yeah, I'll sit and write 50 pages on how talented
No,
Fred is.
that's
People
not
are
it.
interested in
That's
that.
not the
They're
point.
interested in the
I
comedy
know you're
aspect of
trying
you.
to. You asked for my
Oh.
opinion.
You
were
I think-
mean
I'm
and
telling
vicious.
You,
You were
can't
mean and
handle it.
vicious.
Robin, that's not true.
You were vicious.
Saying a guy has a pouch in his mouth is not vicious.
No, no.
Well, Howard, the
Keep
point that I'm
focusing
trying to
on
make
that.
is,
Vicious would have been to say that the truth about Fred.
but Freddie just made an accurate point.
Yes.
If you think that 95% of what Howard said in the book was negative, is that ratio any different than what he does on the air?
It's
In other words,
not-
Excuse me, that's a question to Fred.
Oh, right.
Thank you.
No, but I'm not.
Fred's having trouble
I'm just saying-
articulating
I
what
know.
the problem
You're
is. I know
articulating for Fred.
exactly-
He's that way to all of us on the air. In fact, I got more compliments
but
in
you
the
want-
book than I get on the air.
You know
I
what,
think
Gary?
everybody
Fred
gets
is not
more-
you.
Right.
Excuse
no,
me,
no.
why is Fred not allowed to answer? Why are you stopping Fred
I'm
from
talking for
answering?
actually, Robin. I'm talking for all of us. Howard
It doesn't
treated,
matter. Fred is
Howard
not any of
treated
them.
us all in the book. the way he
Let
treated-
Fred answer.
Forget it.
Oh, please. You know what? You know what, Fred? Sorry you don't like what I wrote. I thought it was very funny.
Let him answer.
Okay, well, I'm
No,
glad.
there's nothing to answer.
I know
I've
you were-
already
I know
read
wrote it
you
was
what I
funny.
wrote. I mean, you couldn't say anything more talented.
I guess I was looking for
My
something a
assessment
little
of
more
Fred.
creative.
Fred is not sitting there because I like him. He's sitting there because he's super talented. That's number one. Anybody who earned a position on this show that goes for Robin,
But I don't
Gar-
think,
well,
I
not
don't
Gary,
think
That
but
doesn't
I
come
really
through
don't
in
think
the
that's
book.
coming through
That
in the
doesn't
book.
come through
I
in the
honestly,
book.
I'm
yeah.
being,
You
I'm
want to
being-
know something,
I'm being
Fred?
square honest with
Fred,
you.
I think most of the audience can put that together.
You think?
Oh, I don't think
get
so.
it. I don't think
No?
that.
Oh, you're sitting here because you eat with a pouch. Good thinking.
Hey, man, like
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, but they don't know.
Oh, and they don't know that you're the most talented voice guy that I wrote in the book. They ignore that part. I see. I have you here because you eat with a pouch.
It's not.
You
there.
are retarded.
See,
you know what? I'm right about you. You should take that shovel and dig
Is
yourself
he
a
normal?
grave.
I want to know, is he normal
Howard,
or were you
No,
lying?
I was lying.
What?
I was lying.
What?
You're not normal. I thought you were the most normal on the show,
Okay.
but you're not.
Okay, Howard, you're entitled. You're entitled to your opinion.
All right, can I do this now? We've discussed your reaction to the book,
I don't
Robin's
feel- I don't
reaction
feel
and your
fulfilled.
reaction.
I don't feel
Jackie
fulfilled.
started in with some reaction, but
I don't think there's any way to resolve this, Fred. It's in
No.
print.
that's right.
Yeah.
It is not resolved.
No.
You have to live with it.
I certainly
That's
do.
it.
But you
So
know what
this
it
is my evaluation
It's like-
of you.
but
It's a
like,
comedy
You know what it is?
evaluation. Yes.
You never necessarily hear it off the air, and then when you see it in print, it makes it even.
I see.
But he
makes it even
understood
worse.
Jackie. That was the thing that really got
Right.
me.
That- yeah,
I
that's-
understand
He
Jackie.
understood Jackie. How
Jackie
hard
is
it
easy
is
to
for
understand.
Jackie.
It is hard for Jackie.
Hard for Jackie.
I'm officially not speaking to Quivers.
Is that right?
That's the nicest thing you've
You
ever
can
done
kiss
for
my
me.
big black ass.
Look what you did.
Put
Look
it
what
up,
you did,
brother
Paul.
man.
Look what happened.
And what do I say in the book? I love watching everybody fight with one another.
What did you say? What did
I
you
know
live
what was
for
the
this.
best
Hitler
quote?
Youth.
The Hitler Youth.
Yeah.
The best thing in my
And there's a big
section
picture of
was,
me as Hitler.
was a quote about how we never hang out with each other because that might cause us to become friends. Any
You
of
said
us.
that.
And
Yeah,
I thought
that's
that was a good
his
quote.
contribution.
No, the
Did
more
you see that
scabs-
quote?
I made the book.
No, the more scabs, the better, and that's absolutely true.
Yeah, if we bond, you know, if you get together, you might
Oh,
resolve
you and your impressions.
things.
Shove it up your big
We
ass.
might resolve things. That'd be the worst thing. We need scabs.
How did you read that? I thought you only read your section.
I told you I read
I
Jackie's,
see.
mine, and Fred's. I
Okay.
couldn't get through Baba.
So you got it right though, because Robin hates her section, but Jackie's section's a riot.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, listen.
It's not funny. I didn't say it was funny. I was upset that he was so understanding of Jackie. He doesn't understand me. He doesn't understand Fred. He understands
she's
Jackie.
logical.
Just trying to figure you out.
Right on a good keel.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Full steam ahead.
as you can see, anytime one of us writes a book,
Right
it causes
into the iceberg.
controversy.
There you go.
And we all do the best. You know what? In on my defense, and Robin, any criticism that people had of your book, neither one of us are real writers. So we write. In fact, I ran my book through what is called the Kincaid-Fletch test, which rates you on what level you write. And I write on the 7th grade level. So maybe who knows what? Who knows what?
Maybe what you meant to say isn't wrong.
That's right. What I think I said was very nice, but. And Fred, certainly anything I wrote
And you know this idea
is
that
trying to be humorous and
Judith
engaging.
Howard, I
cut
do
everything
understand
that
but I
was
was
good.
looking for some kind of validation.
Well,
and
I do.
it was
Well,
not
I'll tell you what the
forthcoming.
validation is. How long have you been sitting in that chair, working those machines and
I
doing
don't know,
writing
but
for
every
me?
other day you also say you hate me and you wish I
I
would
see.
die. so
Well,
it's
of
like,
course. But how long have you been in that chair?
Since 1981.
Okay, there's your validation.
There you go.
I can't give you any more validation than
Okay.
that.
But that doesn't come.
How long has Al
but
Rosenberg
that
been with the
doesn't-
show?
but that
Excuse me.
doesn't
How long has Al
come to
Rosenberg been with the show?
He was with the show for 3 years.
Okay. How long was our friend from Washington with the show? About 2 days.
Something like that.
How come a certain other person is no longer with the show, who I just couldn't care less about?
That
Think
I
about
don't
it.
know.
You don't know?
I haven't
Think about it
discussed that
tonight.
with you.
When you sit, and you can read the chat again. Think about it. That's your validation.
Try to get over it with that
Yeah.
in mind.
Get over it with that. that's my tonic. What is that?
You know what I can't
And with that,
understand?
I'll turn off your
I'm with
mic.
Robin on one thing, though.
Yeah.
And Jackie's going to hate me, too. Why do you understand
Yeah,
him?
that's the thing. It would have been bad enough. You know, it might not have even mattered
Yeah.
if you didn't understand him.
I don't
I can understand you
What's
not
with him?
understanding
When
me.
did he even come to the
When is he the
No,
enemy?
he's not the enemy. He's not the
It's
enemy.
just that how
It's like,
could- I mean,
you
we're your
understand
loyal
one thing,
buddies.
Jack.
Jackie got.
You're
Oh,
the-
please.
you're the device.
You got Robin. I'm not even going to address you because yes, it's true. You are my loyal buddy, and that what I wrote has been described by others as a love letter, and I'm not. That is all I'm going to say.
sure
You are not allowed to talk about it
They
anymore.
would describe it that way.
Yes.
Because they don't
Yep.
know me.
Well.
And they're taking your word for everything.
Well, as people took your word for me on your book. Now,
I did. Everybody said that was a love letter.
not in circles that I travel.
Right. Sure.
Now,
Sure. What circles do you travel in?
pretty low ones. Pretty low ones. Circles you would not want to travel in. They're not horseback riders. Now, let me tell you something.
Everybody said to me they gained a new appreciation of Howard as a human being from my book. But no.
See,
Those are the people
I
who
learned-
talk to you and are afraid to tell you what they
right.
thought.
I learned things about Howard that I never knew before.
Yeah, exactly. Things that I didn't necessarily
But
want
I
brought
also,
out.
no, but I also
Right.
appreciate
Well,
it.
I certainly appreciate what you. Is that to get back at me? What you wrote?
No, I thought that I took the high road.
Oh, yes.
All right, thank
sure.
you. But
I wrote bad things about you.
I'm no longer hurt about it.
I wrote.
I got over it.
What bad things did I write about you? I wrote that you saved my life.
I didn't want that known.
So sorry.
And
That's bad
Jackie's
for my
sorry
image.
You did.
Right. Jackie's mad at me for saving your life.
See, something had to come out of that from Drew.
And Fred,
What's that, my friend?
in line with what Robin just said, I saved your life.
Okay.
Thank you.
Actually,
an admission
actually,
people
Gary.
should
No,
make
excuse
on
me,
their
Fred.
own.
Fred, look at me. I gave you life.
Actually, Gary did.
All right.
He called 911.
I just, you know what? I expected the worst and got it for me. That's, I mean, that's what I expected.
And you deserved it.
No, but I didn't expect
Oh,
it.
please. It was a comedy, glowing
You know,
thing, and I talked about it, what a great producer you were. That's all that matters.
Three
The
lines,
point,
but that's okay.
3 lines is enough.
You know, the few people, how many people
more lines
say
than you'll
nice
get today.
things about you? How many people care? How many people see you as a talented
you have no-
genius?
Jackie.
And our thanks, Fred.
Yeah. Robin, don't throw yourself in with Fred.
Our
Stop being his lawyer, okay? Give me a break. All right?
is that glowing tribute.
If I did anything nice for you, stop being his lawyer. Okay?
Fred and I will be fine. You
Yeah.
know that.
Well, I know
What's
that,
the
but-
problem? What's the problem?
Problem is, I need to sell more books right now. No, Fred,
What, my friend?
too bad. All right.
I know. That's the general attitude around here.
And Jackie, F you.
That's the beginning of the chapter.
That's right. And then also the end.
F you too.
Oh, Jackie came in this morning on fire. He was like, F Jackie. F Jackie.
upset?
Now he's happy because you're upset. You don't
He
understand.
rebels in my misery.
This is saving my misery from Jackie.
He rebels in my misery.
Right.
He rebels in.
That's not true. Not even a little.
He
Okay.
likes to see me boil in the pot.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
Listen, Jackie hates you, Fred. I
know
love
that.
you.
I know that.
Jackie's the first guy to come in. Why? I don't care what Fred makes. And hey, I don't care if you fire Fred. Give me what he makes. If you've got to get the money together that way, get it together that way.
There's a conversation that's taking place.
And I defend you every time, pal. I wasn't going to write that in the book.
Good,
Wow.
thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't
Thank
want
you
to
for
upset
covering
anybody.
me for saying something like that.
That would have been an eye opener.
And if you want Jackie fired, then so be it, Robin. We'll take care
I
of
have
it.
never said. See, there's a misnomer. I have never
course.
said fire, Jackie.
Right.
I have said
Wait,
why
no, wait, what do you
negotiate.
mean?
Wait, let's not start this again.
No, screw the
for
commercial.
him.
You
Why
just said
do you do this?
Shut up.
Right.
You just said you had that conversation
Shut up,
every
you
year.
Every year we
To
do.
fire me.
It's the truth.
And now you're
It's not
backpedaling?
to fire you. It's to let you go.
Listen, Robin, you're on fire this morning.
Oh, man.
Everybody calm down.
All right.
I'm getting heart palpitations.
All right.
I mean,
All
we're
right.
all being so honest.
Jeez. All right. It's just comedy. It's jokes. Everybody mellow out. Jackie, she's kidding.
Make sure you come running in here giggling during the
I'm
spot.
going to come in to tell you I love you.
I tried
And
that
she's
with
gonna hug you.
yesterday and you spit on me.
All right. Why don't we take a break? Obviously, the show is metamorphosizing into something very warped as a result of my new book.
It's got a Sudafed
It's
now.
changed.
Right. No, it's just gotten more
morphing.
interesting. It's morphing into something horrible.
It's getting ugly.
It is getting ugly. All right. Why don't we take a break? Let's see if you hug Jackie, I'll hug Fred. All right. Then I'll hug you and you hug me. All right.
I'll
We'll
hug
be
her
back
after
with it.
you hug him because he's a homophobe and he won't let you.
He is a homophobe.
True.
Well, we'll have to see.
Fred, you are a homophobe.
Okay, if you say so.
Remember that night we were together and you were afraid to get him dressed in front of
How do
me?
you construe that as homophobic?
You were afraid I was going to come on to you. I know it. I read it in your eyes.
Not even close.
All right.
Not even close.
You were ashamed of your own body.
Go hug him,
I
Fred.
am very modest.
Go give him a hug.
I really am.
He doesn't have to hug me. He's not in any mood to hug me.
I'm hoping he'll hurt you.
He's going to give you one.
And
of
him and
those
that wife
hugs.
that I found her a romance and I found her life and I got her an acting career, she was probably egging him on.
No, she's not.
Oh, yes, she is.
Actually, no.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get a hold of her.
Egging him on to
No,
do
she's
what?
not.
About this?
Oh, of course.
No, she's never egged me on about
She doesn't
it.
understand comedy like you and I do.
Never egged me on about
She's not the geniuses that we are.
it. You definitely are a genius.
Well, thank you. I write that in the book several
Fred
times.
will say that even in his anger.
Even in my anger, I must admit that.
Thank you, Fred. And I admit that about you.
I'm a dog.
That's what I admit about
You're
you.
very smart for a dog.
You're a talking dog.
There you go.
Oh, man.
I mean, to this day, man, it's like
You're upsetting Jackie.
It's like
You know how I love
fetch
Jackie. I don't want
records
it
and I'm a
upset.
dog.
All right, let's take a break. Jackie, I'm sorry if any of this upset you.
This
he's
whole
Mr.
dog
Wit.
thing
He's
I've never heard before. I don't understand what that
It was
You
a
have
joke.
to read the book.
I said,
Read
Fred,
the
wait a second.
book.
I'm going to read that part right now on the air. I demand that I read that on the air. I'm going to allow myself to read that on the air. I don't normally read my own book on the air because, quite frankly, I think you should have to go out and buy it. You shouldn't get any of this for free. But let me find the dog. Oh, here it is. All right. This is kind of long to go into, but
Yeah.
Just those last
it
couple
was
of lines.
okay. It was the most unselfish act and the nicest thing anyone had ever done for me in my short broadcast career. This is me talking about Fred. In this awful broadcast world I lived in, everyone was busy kicking one another in the teeth. All the announcers were too busy and worried about their next announcing gig to help anyone. Fred took time out of his busy schedule to help a nobody like me succeed. There was nothing in it for him, no hidden agenda. I once read, now, let's get to this. I once read that dogs were the only beasts in the animal kingdom who had chosen to align themselves with man. Out of every stinking animal on this planet.
It sounds bad, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. No, I'll stand by this. Out of every stinking animal on this planet, only the dog wanted to be aligned with man. Like a dog, Fred had chosen to be aligned with me for no apparent reason. And like a dog, I chose to be aligned with Fred. I call us both dogs.
All right.
And thank you. Fred, read the book. Okay, Fred.
Isn't there another sentence?
Nope. Just as no one could explain why the dog chose man, no one could explain why Fred chose Howard and why Howard chose Fred. Fred was an ally. Oh, that's a horrible thing to say, Fred. How dare you? I want an apology.
Mother dear.
How dare you? Oh, suddenly, I read the whole thing, Robin. Didn't sound too bad, did it?
It was pretty bad.
Oh, Robin, tell the truth. You've always been honest.
I'm telling you,
Robin,
you have
you
to
are
read
obnoxious.
This
Hold on.
relentless.
Is that the extent of
Yeah,
the dog analogy?
that was the dog analogy.
But it's on. after
Oh,
all
you know,
this other
Jackie,
stuff.
Jackie,
No, I'm just asking a question.
that is the extent. She
You know
will not
what?
admit
You
it.
know
He's called me a
what?
mental patient.
Oh.
He's called me a Martian.
I called me
He's
a
called
dog and you a
serial
dog.
killer. He's called me a dog.
If you're a dog,
He's
then
called
I'm
me
a
guy
dog.
who- the only
Hello,
reason I
look
kept
at me.
The only reason I'm kept around is
Hey,
because I
mental
fed
case.
Schmeckers.
Look at me, Schmecker.
Schmecker. What's a
a good
schmecker?
one.
He just said Schmecker.
I like that.
Hey, look at me.
What?
I said you were a dog and I was a dog. We were drawn to each other. Now, I didn't call you a dog and me a
For
man.
no apparent reason.
That's right. All right. Good night, everybody. You know what? Screw you all. I'm taking the book off the
It's
market.
the 7th grade level. Oh, right.
That's all. That's all. I'm going to open up the phones. I would like to know what people think of all this.
I don't know.
We've gone about any of this. 3 hours of no commercial. We just did commercial-free arguing for.
Well, this is a therapy session. Everybody was hurt.
Well, Tom is hurt the most because there's no commercials. We're going to take a break and we'll be back right after this.